Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pannam nangete girim. Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarine. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see, think verse number 6. So Krishna, after explaining how the living entity comes in contact with the Prakriti, how he is the source of all living beings, all the existence. Then he said, now he's telling about the Prakriti. So Prakriti consists of Sattva gun, Rajogun and Tamogun. And he told that these gunas actually bind the living entity when he comes contact with this. So now actually Krishna starts explaining about the gunas and how it binds the living entity. So these explanations are very eye-opening and very interesting actually. So let us see. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat.
Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat
Prakashakam anamayam
prakashakam anamayam
sukasangena badnati
sukasangena badnati
jnanasangena chanaga.
jnanasangena chanagha.
Okay, please chant.
Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam sukasangena badanti jnanasangena chanagha.
Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam sukasangena batnati jnanasangena chanaga.
Okay, so let us see. Translation and purport. O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating. It frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by sense of happiness and knowledge. Purport. The living entities conditioned by by material nature are of various types. One is happy, another is active, and another is helpless. All these types of psychological manifestations are cause of the entity's conditioned status in nature. How they are differently conditioned is explained in this section of Bhagavad Gita. The mode of goodness is first considered. The effect of developing mode of goodness in material world is that one becomes wiser than those otherwise conditioned. A man in mode of goodness is not so much affected by material miseries, and he has sense of advancement in material knowledge. The representative type of is Brahman, who is supposed to be situated in the mode of goodness. The sense of happiness is due to understanding that in the mode of goodness, one is more or less free from sinful reaction. Actually, in Vedic literature, it is said that the mode of goodness means greater knowledge and a greater sense of happiness. The difficulty here is that when a living entity is situated in the mode of goodness, he becomes conditioned to feel that he is advanced in knowledge and is better than others. In this way, he becomes conditioned. The best example are the scientist and the philosopher. Each is very proud of his knowledge, and because they have generally improved their living condition, they feel a sort of material happiness. This sense of advanced happiness is conditioned in condition like makes them bound by mode of goodness of material nature. As such, they are attracted towards working in the mode of goodness, and as long as they have attraction for working in that way, they have to take some type of body in the mode of nature. Thus, there is no likelihood of liberation or being transferred to spiritual world. Repeatedly, one may become a philosopher, scientist, or a poet, and repeatedly become entangled in some same disadvantage of birth and death. Due to the illusion of material energy, one thinks that sort of life is pleasant. So this is actually Sattva Gun. How Sattva Gun is binding. So that's why Krishna always says that you should renounce happiness, or you should be equal in happiness and misery. He not always says misery. He says good. When you are happy, you should renounce the fruits of good work and bad work. You should be equal in happiness, in distress, sukha, dukkha, uh, every time. Because the mode of goodness is actually in material nature. It is a part of Prakriti. So when we say Prakriti, it is the material world where there is always end to anything. It's not eternal. The spiritual means eternal. Material means not eternal. There will be end to it. So this happiness also is there is end. It's not eternal. It's just a illusion that I am happy. But actually, that is going to bind you. How it is going to bind you? Sukha sangena baddhanati, because of associating with the sukha, the person becomes conditioned. So, for example, we were thinking, we were discussing, I think 3-4 days back, that I work for 5 days. I'm very tired. I think this office is a problem. It's creating so much misery, so much anxiety, so much stress. But when the Friday comes, Friday evening, I am happy. Why? Because next 2 days is holiday. What is holiday? I don't have to work. That's the holiday. And so Friday I'm happy. Saturday I'm happy. And so what is that happiness? We discussed that actually because I don't want to go to office, I am happy. It's not the real happiness. It's the illusionary happiness. I think because I don't have to go to office, I am happy. But that is not permanent. The effect is on Sunday. When the Sunday comes and Monday is coming, right? So Sunday evening is the more difficult time. So there have been studies like this that when over the weekend, Friday is the time when people are most happy. Saturday they are somewhat happy. Sunday their happiness goes reducing, and the Sunday evening is the most difficult time. Because why? The holiday is finishing, weekend is finishing, and tomorrow I have to work. So what exactly is this phase? So Friday I become happy. So that is actually a temporary thing that I don't have to work. So I feel good. And that by that goodness also, I become conditioned. How I become conditioned? That is explained in this verse. But in this example, how I become conditioned is when Monday comes, I start looking forward to Friday. That Friday will come and then I will be happy. Friday evening, then I will be happy. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when it's Friday morning, we are more happy that okay, today I will work somehow, and evening after evening I am okay. So this is what is called conditioning, that I understand that Friday is the best time, Saturday is the best time. So I look forward to Friday and Saturday. And then I think at that time I will be happy. So this is what is called conditioning, that we, based on particular condition, we seek happiness. This is what this material world is. Everything is relative, everything is conditioned. How it is relative? Because I don't have to go to office, I don't have to explain, I don't have to talk to boss, I don't have to do activities, I am happy. So I am happy. But if somebody loses the job, he don't have to go to office, right? Then why he is sad? The same situation of going to office or not going to office. So restaurants now they have to close at 8 o'clock. Why they are not happy? Everybody, restaurant people say we work very hard, we want rest. So government says, okay, 8 o'clock you close. Now they say, no, we are not happy. We want compensation. So then it is, everything is relative. So the government puts on emergency and it says, okay, 8 o'clock you have to close. Then they say, no, we are not happy. We want money. If government gives money, then they say, oh, 8 o'clock we have to close. They give only 3 months, we can do business of go month, for example. So we are lost. So every happiness that we have is a relative and is a condition. So Krishna is telling that this sattva gun, we should also not get used to the sattva gun also. Because in that sattva gun, we have a tendency of I. I am happy. I am okay. I am peaceful. I am knowledgeable. I am better than others. This all thinking of I is actually the conditioning. And that binds us. How it binds us? I want to be more peaceful. I want to be happy. I want to be knowledgeable. So what I do? I keep doing repeated the same activities repeatedly, and that binds us because we have to do those activities again and again. So that's why sukha and gyan, both words are used, that because of associating with sukha or happiness, we want to be happy, that binds us. And because we are knowledgeable, we want to be recognized as knowledgeable. So we also bind by that. So in the three gunas, the happiness or the sattva gun, of course, sattva gun is better than rajogun and tamogun because there is at least a possibility of understanding the higher knowledge, higher principles, spiritual understandings. It is possible to do in goodness. So when you are in goodness and we are trying to do bhakti or we are trying to understand the Supreme Lord, it's useful because we understand that I have to give up this goodness also. So that is this chapter's wonderful realizations that in throughout the day, throughout the week, we have to analyze how our moods are changing and how our thinking process also has particular patterns. And these patterns are actually the conditions. Okay. And this is when, that is what Krishna is saying, the conditioned soul. Conditioned soul is this. We identify with condition, we identify with relativity. And this is what we have to give up. Till that we identify with this conditioning, like I am happy, I am peaceful, I am good. Some advertise was there, I am good. So there are so many problems around it. That person will say, I am good. So everybody, others are struggling, but he's saying, I am good. So when we see that advertise, we feel, oh, this person is happy. He says, I am good. But that I am good is mode of goodness. It also binds us that I want to be good. Right? So we can see this mode of goodness uses in movies, in different advertisements, in different hoardings on the road also. Even in the train also, the advertise are there in Japan, right? So we see that advertise, we can understand. When we see that particular type of advertise, we feel good. We feel, okay, I also want to be like that. That is a conditioning. And that is the main psychological strategy used by the advertisement companies that give a person who is looking at this advertisement a illusionary happiness, a feeling of happiness, so that he wants to buy this particular products. Somebody looking very beautiful, then ladies will think, oh, if I use that, I will be like that. So I get knowledge, okay, this is a good product. I got a good information and knowledge that this product, by drinking this product, I can become slim, for example. So I got knowledge, okay, this has some particular content that helps. But then how it binds us, I think that, okay, that person lost 10 kgs. Okay, so if I drink this, I may lose 10 also. So I also want that. So that is binding. But it depends on conditions, right? That somebody may lose, somebody may not lose weight with that drink. But we forget that. We think that result is shown, so it's possible. So the knowledge also binds us in many different ways. It's not only the scriptural knowledge. Scriptural knowledge, of course, helps us, but this philosophical knowledge and material knowledge, that actually binds us. So when we see the things in this world, we should be so conscious that how I am feeling at those things. So sometimes we go to a beautiful nature, the fog is there, little bit chilling, air is there, wind is blowing, and the calm river is there, and then we see that, and then we suddenly feel very peaceful. And then we, in that particular situation, we feel very peaceful, so we go away from that situation. We always imagine that scene of that mountain, that river, and that calmness, and by remembering that, we feel I am peaceful. What is this? This is conditioning. I saw that once, I feel good, and I try to replicate that illusion always in my mind anywhere I go. If I am in misery, I close my eyes and I try to remember that. So that is illusion. It's not really in front of you. Of course, it was real when we saw it, but now the situation may be different. The river may be not there. The fog may not be there. Mountain may not be green. It may be snow. Many situations, but we imagine, oh, it was like that 6 months back. And so I'm imagining closing my eyes and I feel, oh, I'm happy, I'm peaceful. So this is how the mode of goodness also conditions you. So we should not be dependent on these things for our peacefulness. So Krishna has told that in the 5th chapter that you should find the happiness inside you. We should find the peacefulness inside you. And that is a true mystic who don't depend on the external situations. Right? So like this chapter, as we move forward, so Krishna will explain now next the Rajogun and then Tamogun, how it binds us. So from Sattva Gun, Rajogun and Tamogun, all these three gunas are binding us, that we have to always remember. And we can, of course, in our day-to-day life, please try to see how we go through these different modes in one day also. Okay, so a little longer, but interesting verses. So tomorrow we will see about the Rajogun. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So any comments or any additions, or anybody like to share something? We have few minutes. Okay, Hare Krishna. Let's see tomorrow the Rajogun. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining.